What it do, everybody? Welcome to the Boost View podcast. I just wanted to apologize in advance. Some audio got messed up in this episode. Fuse's audio sounds doubled over. We don't know how to fix it in post, so yeah, just bear with it. This episode, it's a great episode. It's really fun. We talk about lots of fun stuff with Pay and a bunch of others. But yes, just want to give you a warning in advance. I appreciate you so much for watching and like and subscribe, dude. We're almost at 300 subs. It's crazy. It's insane. We just hit 100 the other day. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy the episode. We're doing Mystery Dungeon, so we have to come up with a team name, and we need to have our team built out, okay? I know it's usually only two.
No.
Oh my god.
Team Annihilate.
Fuse.
That's our
What?
team
What?
name.
No.
Like a turtwig. Okay.
No.
Real?
Okay? No, it's Annihilate.
Oh my god. Okay, do we have any other suggestions here?
Team Mew. Easy.
Team Mew is cute, and I mean, who doesn't love Mew? But
Just
I
like-
was
it's like-
thinking,
I like Team Mew.
No,
That's cute.
no.
I don't
I
know.
don't
With her on that
Well,
one.
I have a-
I don't like it.
I have a counter to Fuse. Do you guys think what my team would be called? Spider Ops team, Spider Ops. Yes, he's just beautiful. Have you seen
rather
his
Annihilate.
shiny, bro?
No.
Dude. Listen, his stats just because they're lackluster.
There's no Mystery Dungeon games with either of those Pokemon.
So what?
All right.
And
Okay.
whose fault
Listen.
is that?
Here's all right. Let's just.
Hey,
It's
Varden
your
fault.
fault. You
All right,
farted.
listen,
Okay,
listen.
That doesn't solve anything.
Well,
dude.
we
You
have
see-
the obvious answer in front of us. The boosted team. Like, come on. You get me.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, that works. Yeah, for sure.
Game out.
Welcome, everybody, to the Boost View Podcast. Here on the Boost View Podcast, we like to talk about Nintendo games, old and new, give them a review, or talk about them in retrospect. Today, though, we are in the middle of our Pokemon main game and spin-off series. Today, we're going to talk about Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. So, yeah. But first, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Vavlam.
Fuse, you're next. Fuse.
It's Gabe.
No, it's Spider Ops. Hi,
No.
guys. I'm Excellion96, or you can call me Gabe as well. Fuse was supposed to go.
No, Gabe was supposed to go. I'm Swords Fuse, aka Fuse.
I'm PMACism, aka Pay.
Yeah, welcome, Pay.
Hi,
How
Pay.
are you?
Glad to
Hi.
be here.
Hello.
We have Pay, who is PMACism. That's how you say
Yeah.
your username, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's PMACism.
So
for sure.
we'll have it on the screen and stuff. Don't worry. So Pay is avid fan of the Explorers of Sky specifically, and also just Mystery Dungeon series as a whole. Today's episode, like we said, is about the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. We're going to talk about kind of the series as a whole in the first half of this episode, and then the second half of this episode, we're going to talk about why Explorers of Sky is our favorite one in the series, because it's the best
It's
one.
the
It just
best.
is. And we're going to
Literally
rate
the
it,
best.
and talk about it retrospect, all that jazz. So, to start us off, we're going to go ahead and talk about what Mystery Dungeon, what is the Mystery Dungeon series, right? Because it's so different from the regular main series Pokemon games. It takes a lot of mechanics that you take in the main series games, like the weaknesses and the battle mechanics, but it kind of puts a spin on it. It makes it into a dungeon crawler. So for those who don't know, it is something that you go through a bajillion dungeons in the game. You are with you and a partner Pokemon. You actually take the role of a Pokemon, kind of role-playing that Pokemon, and you explore the world, and it usually has a crazy cool narrative. Some of the early games had a real more simplistic narrative, and then they kept getting more and more complex as we moved further down the series. I guess I'll start with we kind of talked about like what is Mystery Dungeon, but like why did you guys get attracted / why did you find those games fun? And we'll throw off to Pay first.
So I actually distinctly remember why I ended up playing Mystery Dungeon. So I grew up with a lot of cousins that were boys when I was younger. And so that was kind of why I got into Pokemon in the first place. And I remember I was at my cousin's house and he was playing this game. And I was like, that doesn't look like a typical Pokemon game. Like, what is that? and it was Blue Rescue Team, I believe at the time. It was Blue or Red Rescue Team. I don't remember. They're the same game. Let's be honest.
They're
the same game. And so I just remember being like, oh, that's really cool. I had never heard of a dungeon crawler anymore. Like at that point, I think I was like, what, 6? Like something. It was like I was crazy young, so I was like, I never heard of a dungeon crawler, but I was like, oh, I like it. And so then I watched him play like the whole game in one day. I was like, I want to do that. I was like, I want to do that. I didn't do that.
Wow.
But I did end up playing the game, and it was a lot of fun. And then the reason that this series means so much to me is because when I was 9 is when Explorers of Sky came out. It was actually I believe in the US it came out on my birthday, actually. So and I was really
birthday.
Yeah. So
Aww.
I was like really not feeling great, like physically at the time. I was like going through some like physical like things. Like I had like a sickness. I won't go into it. But so my mom got it for me for my birthday. She surprised me with it. I didn't think I was gonna be able to get it. So she surprised me with it. And so I played it and I just loved the story and oh my god. And I think the story is truly what sets it apart for me. The Explorers of Sky story is just it's just like, oh, I love it so much.
Yeah, the story of most of the games is what sets the series and as a whole apart. It gives this really in-depth story, especially at the time of the early games. We didn't have anything nearly as in-depth as these stories in a Pokemon universe. Yeah. So, Gabe, tell us about how you first encountered the series.
So I think this was my first Pokemon game that was like a spin-off, from like the main line. Like I'd played like Halo 3 ODST, and I played all these other spin-offs. I never played a spin-off Pokemon game before. I was probably like 8 or 9 when I first played Red Rescue Team. My brother and I both got it. He got it first. I watched him play it, kind of like how Pei did with her cousins, and I was like, oh my god, I really want to play this, but I didn't have my Game Boy SP at the time because when I was little, if I got anything below a B- in school, my parents grounded me for the summer from like my video, like my GameCube or whatever, kind of thing. It sucked, and it was kind of more my
standard.
It was weird because like if I just told farts, sweat ups. But I remember like one day we were at Best Buy, me, David, and my dad, and we were at Best Buy, and David was playing it there as we were walking around, and I'm like, dude, I really want this game. He's like, dude, just ask Dad if we'll buy it for you. And I was just like, hey, Dad. Like, I know I technically am not allowed to play my Game Boy right now, but like, can you get me this game and maybe I can play it once I'm ungrounded? And he's like, oh yeah, it's okay, no problem. And you know what? You can just have your Game Boy Advance back. And I was like, oh, is that easy? Okay, like cool.
Dang, you caught him in a good mood.
Yeah, literally, bro. I was ready to be like, I literally was like I was ready to just be like, okay, no worries. I just thought I'd ask. It doesn't hurt. But.
Yeah, no worries. I'll just go cry in the corner now. Thanks.
Yeah, I'll go scream in Best Buy, like 9-year-old Gabe or whatever. But so like I said, first spin-off game. I feel like a lot of the time spin-offs are like sometimes better than like the mainline games. Like if it like with Halo 3 ODST, like no, I did like the original Halos as well. But, sometimes spin-offs honestly do better in some departments than like the main line. It's like, why couldn't you be this good in the array or do this cool thing in the, whatever. But the music, the stories, I remember the Red Rescue Team, Blue Rescue Team was kind of a very, just like kind of simple, like, end of the world or whatever, kind of thing. But it was still so good. And I felt so much emotion just from this little pixelated Mudkip on my screen, going around with, pixelated Torchic, Mudkip was Gabe, Torchic was David, and, just like, oh my god, David's like, wake up, Gabe, it's time to go do adventures or whatever. And I'm like, okay, let's go.
Cute.
Right, it was,
yeah.
That's what I always, because it's one of those games you immerse yourself in, like when you can like name your character and your base. Like David, we're on team, I think I would always do Team Elemental, and he would do Team Blaze. But yeah, Team Elemental would always go out and like, just, it was, and when we finally both had the games, we were, I was on my bed and then he was on his bed on the other side of the room and we were just playing them, and like he was showing me how to like beat Mount Steel and Sinister Woods and all that stuff, and I was like, okay. And then the Wonder Mail generator, and oh my goodness, the Joy Seeds. We love the Joy Seeds. But yeah,
adorable.
Loved it. It was great time in my childhood for sure for Pokemon games.
Don't forget the codes you would go to YouTube to search for, and it'd have like Dreamscape by 009 sound system in the back. And it's like, get 999 Joy Seeds.
But first, like and subscribe.
Yup.
Old YouTube was amazing.
Smash that like button.
What about you, Fuse? Was it yours? Would you streamed it the other day, or
So yeah, I didn't touch any mystery dungeon game until like literally like 2 months ago.
Really?
Oh, shame.
No, that's super cool
I
though.
played-
oh shame.
Yeah, I was like, the only other spin-off games I played to Pokemon was Pokemon Snap, like the original one on the 64, and the Hey You Pikachu game. I played that one too a lot. But I wasn't interested in the mystery dungeon game. I was like, dungeons are nerds.
Yeah, like I'm not like, what is this, Dungeons and Dragons?
My box of Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
God,
Yeah.
you're not a nerd though. Like that's fine. You're allowed
so
to have
above it
that.
all.
Not even Ranger though? You didn't even do Ranger? Not even Ranger?
I didn't play Ranger at all.
I heard about
Wacky.
Ranger, and I always wanted to play Ranger, but yeah, I never
Ranger's
did.
such a
either.
good series too.
I didn't see the appeal of throwing a stylus and circling Pokemon on repeat.
It's the story.
Your poor DS screen, like there's just like
True.
circles engraved in it.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
it's
no,
amazing.
literally.
Storyline that I tried to understand was always Kingdom Hearts or like some other game.
Right.
To be fair, which I still don't understand Kingdom Hearts in general. But
Nobody does. It's okay.
yeah. But the story of Mystery Dungeon was pretty good hook for me when I played Explorers of the Sky. The only reason I was having a little bit issues with it was simply for the fact that I didn't want to grind forever, because after you get your butt kicked by a Badoo 3 times in a row, you kind of just don't want to keep playing.
So valid.
See, I feel like half of that comes the luck of the draw of what you get. So for those who don't know, at the beginning of the game, the way you choose like the 2 Pokemon that are like the main, it's like you and your partner, right? You do a BuzzFeed quiz, and you touch your finger, air quotes, to the pin, and it reads your aura, and it gives you one of the Pokemon that you are playing as in the games. Or there's other ways, like in the Game Boy ones that you just did like quiz. But
Right.
so that gives you the one that you play as, and then your partner Pokemon you just pick. So there's a little bit of like luck of the draw, like what Fuse is saying. So if you get, if you start out with somebody who is like particularly weak to a certain type at the beginning, like that you encounter a lot at the beginning of the game, it can make your experience really rough. But yeah, so I guess the way the series has evolved, so we can talk about that for a second. The series obviously started on the Game Boy, I think early 2000s.
Six. I want to say 6.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
like 2005,
I guess
2006, something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna grossly summarize the story of like the early ones and also the ones that come in on 3DS. The early ones, the basic premise is you go into it, and there's this air quotes world-ending event where the 3 bird Pokemon from Gen 1 are gonna wreak havoc on the world, and you just go to each of them and be like, "Hey, yo, stop!" And they're like, "Okay." You just beat a bunch of
Why are
birds.
they angry though? Because their territories are, like Mount Blaze is for some reason burning hotter than ever, and then like the chasm.
Yeah.
I think the chasms in Silent Chasm and all that, and then also the Frosty Forest. Articuno is like, why are like this? There's an intruder in my forest. Why is the intruder the cause for these sudden cataclysmic events in Frosty Forest? Blah blah blah, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So the birds are also pissed off about the bad things. They think the bad things are because of you. Sorry, keep going though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is true. So that's the general-ish story of that one, but it really takes a huge leap in the next series. So you have the release of Explorers of Time and Explorers of Darkness, which is like they were still doing kind of a split series at that point, and then they released the 3rd version, which is Explorers. Oh, my camera's.
Oh yeah, your
there you
camera
go.
was having a moment.
Yeah, it froze for a
Ooh.
second. Haven't used it for a week. It needs to warm back up, right?
Yeah.
And in Explorers of Sky, they build upon that further, mostly in the post game. The first part of the story remains mostly the same, which I'm going to skip that for right now because we'll talk about that here in a minute. Then you have the 3DS games, Gates of Time,
Gates
something
to
like that.
Infinity,
Yeah,
I believe.
Infinity, that's it. Gates to Infinity, and then I think there's another one past that as well that
Yeah.
I never got to play.
There's Super Mystery
those-
Dungeon is the next one.
That's it.
And then they made a remake of
there's
the
another
original Blue Rescue game.
Oh, okay.
Right.
That's right. Yeah, which is why the only reason I know, I actually never played the original ones on the Game Boy. I only played the remake. That's the only reason I know the story of that one. So,
Got it.
yes.
I like the remake.
So that's
I need to play
kind of how
it.
the series has evolved.
so good.
I know, and you can
It's pretty
shiny
good.
hunt in it. It's like perfect.
Oh, you can.
What?
I didn't know you
That's
could shiny
so
hunt it.
cool.
And it makes the grinding not as bad because the grinding in the original was like terrible. You
Yeah.
had to just use Joy Seed.
It's
like
aggressive.
you know,
It's aggressive
Yeah.
for sure.
it's very aggressive.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hmm.
So that's kind of how the series has evolved. The later games kind of don't have as much charm, especially as it kind of peaked with Explorers of the Sky, and they're not necessarily bad games, but they're not necessarily good ones either. I think they try to do too much with it.
Right.
And yeah, that's it.
Taco Bell.
That's it. You got it. But yeah, what is if anybody could say? Obviously, everyone thinks that Explorers of the Sky is your favorite, but if you could say like something you like about the other games or whatnot, please feel free at this moment. Go for it.
All right.
Well,
Give it, Pay. Give it to us.
Use you.
Pay's ready.
I was gonna say, yeah.
No.
So, okay.
I was like,
I actually-
Explorers of the Sky.
I actually want to
Yeah.
start with Super Mystery Dungeon because
Alright, Super
I
Mystery Dungeon.
think. Okay, I've only played Super Mystery Dungeon I think twice, and it was like years ago.
This is
so
the-
this is like very.
This
vague
is the 3DS
memory.
one, right?
Yeah, yeah. This is the 3DS one.
Okay,
This
cool.
is the
Just making
most
sure.
recent one that isn't a remake.
The most recent new
Yes.
one. Gotcha. Cool.
I actually liked it a lot. Which I
Oh,
feel like is
okay.
I feel like it's a really unpopular opinion. I actually liked it. Like it wasn't, mind you, it's no Explorers of Sky. Sky is for sure my favorite, hands down, always will be, unless like they somehow make like the most like beautiful new Mystery Dungeon I've ever seen, you know. But Super Mystery Dungeon, I feel like kept to Mystery Dungeon's roots and like, you know, kept the same gameplay, kept the same charm, and even with like the new art style, they kept like that same charm with like the little like emoticons that they use to like show like the character's emotion. And then like the story was actually really good. Mind you, I'm not gonna lie to you and say I remember a lot about the story. All I remembered was that one character was a traitor. That's all I remember. However, I actually really liked it. I think that it was one of the better stories that they've done for Mystery Dungeon, actually. But so yeah, I actually really liked it. I think
Valid.
Sky is my favorite for sure, and I think it always will be. But
Yeah.
for sure. I actually really like Super Mystery Dungeon, and I'm planning on replaying it again eventually because I want to remember.
I haven't played it. I'll have to give it a try sometime. I mean, especially now that I have a dreaded emulator. To do it.
Totally
But,
legit
no.
copy.
Games legitimately. What do you mean?
Totally
Yeah.
legit
Yeah,
DS
totally.
that's just on your
Yes.
computer.
Yeah. I got it on
Yeah.
the eShop before it closed. It's all right. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's chill.
Gamer.
Totally.
Yeah.
Cool. Gabe, what about you? Do you have
Um,
any memories of the older ones or?
So the older ones, I mean, some of my favorite memories were, I mean, I would go on, what's this website was called Pokemon, or it was called PE2K.com is what I went on. This was like late 2000, this was like probably 2007, 2008, Gabe, you know, going on. There was this whole forum like section for Wonder Mail generator codes. And every time I would reset the game, I would go back there and it was the same codes. It would be basically, you know, it's kind of like, you know how like phone numbers within the area are kind of the same, except maybe the last four are different, or four different digits. All of the codes for Joy Seeds were the same, except for the last like four or like, you know, two or something like that. So I would memorize the entire like 16 character row or like 20 however long it was. And like, I would like just grind out like Joy Seeds for like 3 or 4 hours in Mount Steel, you know, and then I'd level my guy up to like level 40 and I'd be fighting Zapdos. And I'm like, oh dude, we're good now, you know, like
so
whatever.
real.
Pop.
So that was, even though that was a grind with that old game, it was so much fun doing that. And I mean, I just remember like the post game, you know, like trying to get Mewtwo, you know, you and Deoxys and all the, you know, like Mew, you know, being like on either floor 20 through like I think 80 or something like that, like in the something ruins, I think. God, that game, it was brutal trying to
never
recruit
got
Mew in
Mew,
the
and I'm
original.
still upset.
Mew. Yeah, it is. You have to.
Dang.
So the best item you have to find Mew is one of the. I want to say it's one of like the glasses, because it shows on the map where all the Pokemon are. And then, you know, I like kill all the Pokemon on the floor, and yes, some do respawn, but you can see which ones respawn. Obviously, Mew is not going to respawn because it's Mew. So I was like, okay, there's this OG red dot on the mini map on this floor that has been here since I first got on this floor, and I find it on literally floor 21. It was on like the second floor possible, and I was like, oh
That's
my
so
god,
cool.
I don't have to go through literally like 80 floors to like
That's
find
some
fucking
luck.
Mew. You know,
That's
big
yeah,
luck.
That's some good luck right there.
So that was like probably one of my favorites. And then final thing, with the remakes, I think they did the music justice. I think they made the Makuhita dojo just so much better, because the Makuhita dojo sucked in the originals. There was no reason to go there.
Oh my god, I hated the Makuhita
Yeah.
dojo, dude.
Yeah.
I remember being so
the music
frustrated.
in the new ones was great.
But in the remake, they made it. That's how you like level up. You don't have to grind too much, you know, like in the normal
Nice.
dungeons, you know. So yeah.
That's good. Yeah. Well, Infuse doesn't really have. He doesn't have any other experience, so.
I do have one thing to say.
I'll say it.
Everything after Explores the Sky is
Really,
Ooh,
really
he's
good,
gonna-
and you love it so much. Oh
Hey,
my god,
alright.
dude!
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's exactly what that means for sure.
Sorry, your mic just it glitched out.
Oh yeah, no,
sorry,
it's
glitched
just
out.
it might had a moment. It's a
It's National Fuse's
Not
Mike farts.
farming a TikTok or anything crazy.
Never, never. He's not a TikTok.
Farm content.
Are you
Couldn't be me.
Farmer Fuse? Is that you? Oh well, howdy do, well, come on in here. Oh yeah, oh, look at all the crops. The crops are bountiful. Oh.
I don't know what's
time
happening
for the
anymore.
Farmer
Craig.
Gabe, I hardly know her Gabe joke yet.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my god.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Okay, my thing. Okay, I want to say something
So-
about Gates to Infinity because the thing is, I feel like a lot of people
Go for
are like expecting me to come in here and like talk about Gates to Infinity. The thing is, I'm not gonna
Do
say
it.
a word because I haven't played that game in 10 years and I never finished it.
Oh.
So I don't want to say it's bad.
See, that's the
However, I
same-
do remember
same.
hating it when I did play it. But it was
That
just
was
the
the
thing is
3DS
that
one,
I
right?
would, you know.
Fucking, they want you to berry farm. They had the big berry farms. There it is, Farmer Game. They have the big berry farms.
I need
it's
the
the best
game
feature
now.
of the video game.
I need the game, Austin.
You need
I
it.
almost fell over like faceplant on my keyboard, dude.
I wish you had.
my
That would
chair.
been so good.
I'm like caught up right in between my green screen and my chair, so like I don't have a lot of space to work with, and sometimes I
yeah.
just
Yeah.
mistakes are
That's
made.
funny.
Yeah, but
Oh my god.
All right, so with our partner Pokemon, who was everyone's first partner Pokemon, or at least the one that you remember? Because I did it. I rolled Turtwig first try, like I swear to God, and I picked Riolu as my partner.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally every time I play the game, and I'm sure this is the case with a lot of people, I cannot see like any other partners. Like I can't see any other two characters taking that role and playing through that story. I literally I've tried to play as other people, but now every time I do it, I'm just like I have to get Turtwig and I have to pick Riolu as my partner. Like they are the main characters of the story to me in my headcanon, which is really cool that you can have like that's how attached you can get to these characters in this story. Yeah. Anyways, what Gabe? Let's start with you. What was you? Do you remember who your first partner was? At least we'll say the context of Explorer of the Sky.
so the first guy I played as.
Oh, he's prepared.
I love him.
I love Mudkip
so
in
much.
the Mystery Dungeon games. He's the goat.
He's so cute.
he's got Mud
literally
Slap.
so cute. Yeah, Mud Slap, yeah. And like, okay, for some reason in these games, like when you're accurate, okay, not even accuracy, it's whenever like your stats get lowered, even if you're level 100 and somebody uses Screech on you and they're like maybe level 40, like
You're
you're,
just, like,
still gonna get, you're still like gonna get like, yeah, completely like demolished by like a
Yep.
super effective move, which is like, you know, like I get it, I got Screeched, but damn, I'm like 60 levels above you, and like, it's, you know, it's brutal. It is hard playing through these games, which I think is cool.
Yeah.
But my
Oh my
my first partner was Torchic. Well,
Yeah.
me and David, we had the, you know, Austin, you had the platinum, you know, handbook. Me and David, we had the mystery dungeon. It was the red and blue.
also have that.
Yes,
Hang on.
and it has all the questions in it. I know he can't hear me, but it has all the questions in it. I'll wait for him to come back.
he
But
doing?
I think he has the handbook,
Oh.
so he's probably gonna zoom in on the video.
I
Yep,
had
there
that
it is.
one.
Yep.
Oh my god.
It's a little beat up, obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it has like what the best partner for you
have
is.
The also Explorers of Sky book.
Dude,
Oh my
we
god. Memory unlocked.
do you remember? Oh, there's no gift for Torchic. Oh, it sucks.
It's crazy how many like stats and shit are in this thing.
I know.
Like, this
There's
thing
not?
is packed with like
Hold on.
what? What's not?
Torchic Mystery Dungeon.
Oh yeah, the GIF. There's no
Right.
GIF for Torchic. I
There's
could
not?
find the Mudkip one easily. Yeah, at least not
That's
that I could quickly find.
Boo.
Here,
But,
there's this little
yeah.
guy. Hold on, I'm gonna copy this image and.
I don't know
Put it
if
in
people
the
can
chat up
see
in the corner.
this,
I got you.
but
Oh, my messages
There
are failing to load.
is-
Oh no.
there is
Oh,
a
no.
green and purple section of this book.
Oh, yeah.
To the where my finger's pointing.
Oh yep.
That is the main game. The post game is that blue section.
Okay.
Literally
Jeez, man.
double the size of the main game, the main stories. It's kind of insane. It's kind of crazy how much like content and stuff they fit into this one game.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it is insane. Anyways,
There's a Torchic in things we talked
continue.
about, by the way.
But I got you. Thank you. I'm
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
not a
get in
gift,
that.
but
Where
it's from
is
the
he?
games.
The gamey game. I can't
The
find him right
game.
now.
Oh,
I can't
unfortunate.
find it.
Unlucky. Is my Wi-Fi bugging?
No, no, I downloaded it, but I can't find it in my own pictures just because I think it maybe it's saving pictures on Discord just half the time doesn't work. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
no, it's been doing that
Yeah.
for me too.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But so Torchic was David. I remember, but we would use that guidebook, because in the original games, you obviously could not choose who you wanted to ultimately have like as your main character. You could always choose your sidekick, your buddy, your partner, whatever you want to call it. But in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Remake, on the Switch, you can, even if you get, not a Pokemon you want, you can always choose who you want to be, after you do all that. But we would look in the guidebook and, I'd be like, oh, this question, this is a Mudkip question. I want to answer this because Mudkip is this nature. So I would always try to do that for Mudkip, and then Torchic for David. That was the first, team that, it always was because that was, he was Torchic, I was Mudkip, and I remember, like evolving, I was like, oh my god, I'm a Swampert now, and I got Blaziken, and it was magical for childhood game. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure. Fuse.
Yes.
Who did you get? Who were your first boys?
You should
He
remember
was
this
so
question.
checked
It
out,
was
so-
like 2 months ago.
I know.
Let me explain what happened. So I noticed that in my Discord, I had like 9 notifications at me. I was like, what's going on? Oh my god, I got like a bot or something. No. Apparently my Paycord finally posted all my TikToks for the last week that they have been posting. So it was like streamlined all of them. Like I got 9 ads. I was like, oh, thanks for working now, you son of a bitch. Okay.
Lovely.
Done.
Lovely.
So, as we all know, I played Explorers of the Sky about 2 months ago. First Mr. Dungeon game I played. I answered every question as honestly as possible. What would happen if you got a surprise quiz that day? I would call it sick. Sorry, I'm not coming in on a surprise quiz. What? So, I got the Jolly Nature and I got Totodile. So that was my
Yeah, that's
first
cute.
that. And so for my part of Pokemon, I picked something different type. I chose Chimchar because I figured that'd be perfect because we've got fight grass types.
Is Primate not a,
There
or
he
excuse
is.
me, Mankey not one of the starter partners?
No, otherwise I would have picked
Dang.
him. I'm sad, but we could choose it. But it's fine. So yeah, we chose those two. We were a tag team. I saved all my Pokecoin or whatever currency it is, and I didn't give Chimchar Fire Blast. So we would like one-shot stuff.
Yeah.
We fight grass stuff. But I guess he doesn't like attacking Badooz. Because I kept getting absorbed like crazy. Little Totodile man.
Boo.
Little Toadster.
You know-
little crocodile
you know you
can't
can, like,
absorb mega drains,
you-
okay?
Honestly, it might be a skill issue / you didn't know anything because you can. Yeah, but you
Wait
can
a minute.
literally swap.
I will
You can
fight
swap
you.
spots.
Wait a
You can
minute.
swap
Oh,
spots
no.
with your partner and put them in the front.
He kept running from me.
Hey, you're telling me
What?
shrimp fried this rice, Pay?
I can't believe this.
Wow, Pay.
What about prawn? What about a
Speaking-
prawn frying rice, Gabe? Did you ever think about
Oh,
prawn?
okay.
Whoa.
I'm down. I'm down for
Amazing.
some change.
Change
Change does not scare me.
Tell us about your partners. I'm gonna be
Sometimes.
right
All
back.
right.
Hurry,
Pay,
hurry, you have 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh god. Okay. So I gotta say before Gonski gets back. Okay. So
Yes.
All right. No. But so basically for it depends on the game. I'm gonna go. We're talking about Explorers of Sky. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So for Explorers of Sky, I
Totally.
would say my most consistent team was I was Eevee and my partner was Riolu. That was just
Gotcha.
I don't know what it was. I think Riolu, a lot of it was because Riolu was a very easy partner to have. He's Riolu's cracked. You're just like if you have him, you're pretty much guaranteed to beat the game. And so it was
I know
like,
Austin would totally agree with you right now for sure, because like Riolu was always really he's a
Riolu's
gamer.
cracked. And
Yeah.
Eevee, honestly, Eevee is actually really good for the Mystery Dungeon
Ooh.
games. Like it's because a lot of so basically at least this is the impression I'm under is that in the games the Pokemon have all of their abilities. Like both of their abilities. So they have their hidden ability and their main ability.
Oh,
so
I
Eevee
didn't know
gets
that.
adaptability.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eevee
What
gets
does
adaptability.
adaptability do again?
It
makes stab double.
Yeah, it makes stab double. So you tackle decimates everything. You're just done. Just everything's done if you have tackle. You're just
Crazy.
good. You're just absolutely set. But I also
So you're hacking is what you're saying.
Oh, 100%.
No.
Hacking.
Yeah.
No, yes.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Sorry.
No, I meant no. Yeah.
I totally didn't give my normal Pokemon extreme speed to make it 160.
That's
Yeah,
it. I mean, you fucking it's just shopping at Walmart for parts.
Yeah.
Also, Fuse, totally off topic. Love the Red Eyes Darkness Dragon behind you. I don't know how long that's been there, but that is gorgeous.
It literally came in this week.
That's
It
so
is
cute.
literally that is probably one of my most favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card, like beasts, monsters, cards, whatever you want to call it ever. Because oh my god, I love it. But yeah, I just noticed
I
it.
have the
got this one
cards.
on my wall. Maybe scroll it up. Hold on. I got that picture on my wall.
Ooh, oh, okay.
Me with my 6 favorite Pokemon.
Oh, that's
In the metallic
cool.
frame, so it won't like get dusted or anything.
Oh, there's
And
videos
I
right
got
there.
the same place for this one. Because this is just blank if I can get something. So I was like, I'm gonna put my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I'm starting to stream Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff. So I was like, I'm like that.
Austin.
Oh yeah, man.
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. My body hates me right now.
We talked so much shit about you, Austin. We were like, dude,
I
Austin
always
farts.
consider that hot people have tummy issues, man. That's how
It's kind of true.
It's true.
Bro,
I am also
must
a
be
hot girl with tummy
fucking
issues. It's a hard
Yeah.
knock life.
I-
I must
well,
be fucking
I feel like a lot of like
Harry
almost.
Styles because I got fucking my IBS out the ass, literally and figuratively.
I feel bad because like practically every lady I know has like some form of like lactose intolerance or like irritable like whatever this that. And so I'm like,
because all women are queens and beautiful.
Yes.
Anyways,
Women.
thank you. Austin.
moving on.
No round of
So,
applause for
story.
women. That's shameful.
Yeah.
No, we were
They
fighting
have
for
it right
women. We
If
were
you like
fighting.
women, if you like women, subscribe right
So
now. Or so that
true.
you love women and subscribe.
And if
right
you like
now.
Spite Ops, give Gabe a big ol' smooch.
Yeah, that
Fuse
too.
Pucker,
We do that too.
No smooches.
Stop it. You know what? You know what? Watch this. Watch what's gonna happen now that you said that.
Please just keep him there.
Yeah, just fucking.
It's just the rest of the
Honestly,
podcast.
this
is
is
just
an
my
improvement from your face.
Oh no.
Yay.
I cannot wait to steal that Red Eyes Darkness Dragon behind you.
You're not gonna
Someday.
touch my
In
red
2
eyes,
seconds.
okay?
Oh.
But I'm gonna kiss it, and you're gonna be
Bro,
mad.
Gabe can't even make his way to DC. He's never coming to Texas.
Yeah, where even is DC? Like on like Mars or something? Like what is that? What does DC
Yeah.
stand for?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Oh, and Austin, to
all
give you
right,
the quick
story.
little lowdown, I am an Eevee
yeah,
girl,
yeah.
and I'm always a Riolu partner.
Eevee.
Or sometimes I do Trico though. Sometimes I do
mentioned I
Trico
was like
for
Austin's
funsies.
gonna love that.
Sometimes I do
Yeah.
Trico
Just
for
like me
funsies,
for-
and it's
for
because
real.
Grovyle is one of my favorite of the mid-evolution starters.
That's a good one.
Because of
You're
Explorers of
But
Space.
I feel like
Quirky.
it gets. I feel like that gets weird though because Grovyle is such an important part of the story.
That's why it's
yeah,
funny.
so, yeah, so you Grovyle versus Grovyle.
Wait, it could be this weird fucky thing where your partner
Is Grovyle.
in the. Oh, that's such
In
a
the
cool. That's such a
past.
cool.
Yo.
Wait. Yeah, he's Grovyle in the past, and he becomes Grovyle. in the
That'd be
future.
crazy though.
Crazy.
Could you imagine?
That's crazy. Okay,
That
Hey,
would
did
be a
you
good
create
plot
these games?
twist.
for anybody who does not understand, the story of this game of Explorers of the Sky, the main game. We'll talk about the post game in a very general sense because again, you saw how fucking massive.
It's
so
insane.
much.
But in a general sense, you are woken up on a beach by your partner Pokemon. You go to, and you're like, hey, he's like, oh, I'm trying to, or they, whatever, are trying to join the Wigglytuff Guild, become a Pokemon Dungeon Explorer. So you, at Dungeon Explorers, they go and they do quests, and they go rescue people, they save items, they go find things, they go beat up bad guys. The game that you kind of just get in that cycle at first, and then the game slowly introduces characters. First of them being that really of real importance. There's like a drowsy quest and stuff like that. But the main series quest is there is this thief Grovyle that's going around and stealing what's called the time gears, which are basically these like powerful gears that keep the flow of time in a specific area of the world going. And if they're stolen, the time in the area freezes, and it's really fucked up. And if you steal too many time gears, the whole world freezes in time.
Well, that's fine. I mean, that sounds like a fine time. Yeah, no big deal.
Yeah. So then you and your partner and your team in the Wigglytuff Guild are working with this guy named Dusknor, who is like this renowned, amazing guy who is trying to stop Grovyle. And you go to the different areas and you try to stop him from stealing time gears. You fail one time. You encounter Groudon at one point at the lake. And then eventually you do capture Grovyle at some point. You take Grovyle, Dusknor, then at the last seconds, like, hey guys, I'm actually from the future, and I'm taking this thief back with me,
Yep.
and the Time Gears. And it turns out Dusknoir is the bad guy, and Grovyle was actually trying to stop what was happening to the other world, or stop what was happening to this world from the other world. So, in that sense, you go back to their time where it's already frozen, and for whatever reason, Primal Dialga is corrupted version of Dialga wants the world to be frozen. He wants it to be frozen and not continue to do stuff. And so Dusknoir is like his henchman. You go in, you beat Dusknoir, you go back to your time, and then you go and stop Primal Dialga from getting any power from the current Time Gears that are in that world, and stop the world from freezing. And that's a very generalized plot. And you go and you stop Dialga. Of course, the post game has even more crazier plots, but that's it. What are some of y'all's favorite points of that, of that plot? Because there was so many times, like as a kid, especially with the Dusknoir thing, I was like, what?
Dusknoir kind of scared me a little bit when I was a kid. Dusknoir was a little like, he was creepy. I mean, Dusknoir is already a creepy looking, you know, he uses fierce, he's badass, but he's scary, you know, because Ghost Pokemon, he's big. But in that story, I was little and a little scared.
Yeah.
So-
Oh no, he's
oh no.
Me with Grovyle. I mean, what?
Lopunny, where's Yami? We need some Lopunny, Yami love in here right now. R.I.P.
When's Yami gonna come back on the podcast?
I know,
Okay.
Yami, where the fart are you? I almost said a bad word.
Another cool perspective I like or reoccurring theme is when your character has like visions.
Oh,
of
yeah.
the future. That's kind of a cool feature.
Yeah.
You basically solve puzzles by having these visions, and it helps you solve. Like, it basically helps you, oh, hey, this person's actually bad, or hey, this person, or this is where I need to be going. And it's a cool feature. Anyways, Pei, what were you going to say?
I have two very big, like, main things.
Yeah.
So I'm a huge
Lay 'em
Grovyle
out,
stan.
lay 'em out here.
I just, like, ever since that game came out, that plot twist shook me as a child. It altered my brain chemistry. And I just, like, from then, mind you, I always liked Trico because I had played Emerald at that point. And I liked Trico.
Yeah.
But like from then on, he was just my favorite. I loved him so much.
He was the underdog
something about
at
his
that point.
character, just the fact that like he and the like main character like had such a like deep connection, and like they like meant so much to each other, and he just like I could say spoiler. Yeah. So basically, he sacrifices himself. And if you haven't played the game, you know what? It was 2009. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Grovyle sacrifices himself for the main two. And I played this, for context, for those that don't watch me, I played this game again for the second time. Well, not the second time, but like the first time in a very long time. And I cried again when Grovyle sacrificed himself. I cried again.
Oh, yeah.
It's tough, man.
Yeah, I sobbed like a little baby. I didn't expect to either. And I was like looking, and I'm like talking to chat, and I'm like, am I like literally about to sob right now? And the answer was yes.
Yes,
and I
you
did.
are.
And I did. Yes, I am. And so the second major point, one of my favorite scenes in the entire
before
game.
you move on from that, I wanted to bring up the fact that I think it's another layer of like stuff of bitter sweetness with the Grovyle thing, because I believe it's implied that in because when your character rolls up on the beach, you have no idea what your origin is, and it's implied that your character is from that world, and something happened to you, and you were partners with Grovyle in that past life, and whether it was you were a trainer, is whether you were another Pokemon, it's a weird thing, but it's something implied. So it's this there's this double meaning to it, where it's like, oh, Grovyle knows who I am, but I don't really know who he is, and he's saving us, even though he doesn't mean anything to us anymore.
You're gonna fuck me up
and
again.
So it's this really weird,
no.
And so it's this really like, whoa, that's a crazy like sacrificing for the greater good, and Anyways, that was just another layer of like, oh, that really hits hard.
Yeah,
So
it's the fact.
anyways,
Just
I
Grovyle
went
cares
to
so
chapter
deeply.
6, so I'm getting like
Major
dude.
spoilers.
Aw.
Fuse, you do
Dude.
not perceive. You do not perceive.
I'm like,
perceive what's happening.
This is a little separate from the story itself, but I just love the pixel art in these games.
True!
Looking at these games,
It's
They're
so
very
good.
good.
Look at what can be
So
so
good.
Yeah, but like
Oh, can I find
like,
an Eevee? I want to find an Eevee.
Eevee's, oh
Find
my
the
god,
Eevee.
Eevee is so adorable. And then why is like, I I guess I could say it about every like every yeah. Should make monkey noises, monkey noises. Is it Annihilate? Is it Annihilate? Oh, there it is. Oh, how'd you get a clear one? With no background? I want to know background.
I just googled it.
I got one too.
I want no background Mudkip. I can't do it. I literally tried to make a no background on Easy GIF real quick, but I couldn't do it.
Okay,
Austin,
my,
so the second thing,
one of my
Kay was gonna
favorite
say.
scenes in this entire game is I feel like it's like very integral to the story, but I feel like not a lot of people talk about it. So it's the scene where Dust Noir finds out that you are the trainer he's been hunting, or like the human he's been hunting, and it's when you first reveal your name. So because you had told him about your visions before and like all this stuff, and he like felt like you were familiar, and then you say, "My name is black," and like obviously for me, Peyton, Gabe, Fuse, Austin, whatever.
Yeah,
you
it just
say your
whatever
name,
whatever it's filled in.
and there's a little twitch. You can see it in his little expression. His eye twitches up, and he's smiling a little bit. And I remember playing that again for the first time. I didn't notice it when I was a kid, and then I like as an adult was replaying it, and I was like, he smiles a little bit there.
Why are you smiling, Mr. Guy?
It's so good. It's just Dust Noir is
terrifying.
such a good villain in my opinion. Like they just wrote him so well because you don't know his motives. He's just pure. Oh my god, unadulterated hatred. I remember like playing it again and being like, "F you, Dust Noir." That was my Discord status for multiple days. I was like, "F you." The worst.
It's like Flowey on Undertale,
Yes!
fucking just like creepy
Yes!
smile, and then I'm just like, I will use Fire Blast on you, even though this is a totally different game. We're crossing worlds right now, man. Fire Blast.
Fire Blast works on real flowers.
Yes.
Yeah, it's law of fire against grass. I think works in most instances. To be fair.
And you know what? It doesn't work on those Spidops. It does not work on Spidops.
Fuck
You're a
me.
bug
God
type.
damn it, they're doing it again.
You're a bug type. You're weak to fire.
No, we're not. No.
Have you ever
It's just
tried to set up
2023.
Have you never seen those videos like people like putting the magnifying glasses up to the sunlight and like frying bugs?
It's just like the little. It's like the little,
That's
I think we know what team Pay is on.
Spidops is gonna jump out of the tree and be like, and like just eat your.
Is that the noise?
I need a meme of a giant magnifying glass and Spidops getting roasted underneath it. I swear to God, I will pay
No, don't do
money
that.
to do it.
So, yeah, Pay is not the. She's like, I don't care if Annihilate wins. I want Spidops
Exactly.
to lose to.
That is exactly my point. Spidops is from hell,
no.
and I will die on that hill.
Why don't you like Spidops? What's wrong?
He's
It's so
freaky. I don't like
beautiful.
him.
He do be freaky. He be a freaky
We
deaky.
went into detail about this last episode. Why he's a
God.
freak. Okay.
Yeah.
Some other points of the game I really enjoy when you're kind of like you're taking off on Lapras, like she's like actually flying.
Aw.
That's a
Yes,
really cool
that's such a good one.
scene to the sky pal. It's like to like you're going off to the thing.
Yeah.
It's also a really cool point of the plot where you basically get ousted from the guild because Dust Noir basically convinces everybody that you guys are in cahoots with Grovile, which is not true, obviously. But and you kind of have this whole like situation of, oh, I have to prove myself to everybody that we're actually the good guys and we're here to save the world. And also Sharpedo Bluff is really cool. I love the
Yes.
Sharpedo head.
Love.
Such a really cool and colorful like what was set pieces.
Yep.
It's
That
such a
was always
beautiful game.
wonderful.
Just the colors
is.
are so vibrant and bright. Like Sharpedo Bluff was my phone screensaver for a very long time because it's just
Love that.
gorgeous.
Very valid.
Just gorgeous. Oh, and that one scene in Fogbound Lake with the Volbeats and the Illumais and the time.
Yes. Oh, it's so
Oh my god, it's so
beautiful.
good. It's so
lovely.
beautiful.
Yes,
God.
it's great. Okay, so on that note, that's kind of the main game. You beat Dialga, and then the post game starts. I'm just gonna list off a couple my top like 3 post game moments. I'm not gonna explain the whole post game. I guess the I'll say this: the climax of the post game is the new big bad is Darkrai, and Darkrai is the big bad, and you have to eventually at some point go beat him. But there's a very, very, very big build up, and I don't even think he's mentioned till like halfway through the post game. Like you are doing all these things, and you finally get to the point where you're like, oh, this is who we actually need to beat. So, anyways, my top ones is when you go to the Wigglytuff Guild, or like when you do the test in the Apple Woods or whatever. That's a fun one. Also, just Wigglytuff is one of my favorite characters. That's not like one of the main people. I love Wigglytuff and just how like just they are like very.
See, I had canon Wigglytuff to sound like Corpse Husband, and I think that's really funny.
Oh,
I think that's really funny. Exactly.
Well, see, okay, here's my thing. I think when they're not,
Yumta,
when
like
they're
you
not
hate
in
me.
like, when they're not in Dicko mode, or okay, so when they're in like just chillin' mode, they're just like they're like
I thought I misheard that because y'all didn't react, and I was like, ah.
I said Dicko mode. Yeah.
I heard.
When they're in like I'm gonna fuck shit up mode, then he
I
definitely has
thought
a
I
Corpse
misheard
Husband
that
voice.
because y'all didn't do anything, and I was like, did he just say Dicko mode?
Austin said dick.
Austin said dick. That's a bad word.
They're
He said the
They're
dick.
desensitized.
You know
I'm
what?
gonna lose.
You know what? It's time for Taco Bell, Fuse.
All right.
It's time for Taco Bell.
There it is. No, but when I would imagine like Wigglytuff like on the reg is like but then like when he gets mad, he goes into the Corpse Husband mode. He's
so
like,
real.
fuck your shit up.
Yeah.
So
Goofy.
anyway, he definitely has a split person. I always like how nervous Chaddock is. Gives me like what's his name from Lion King, the bird from Lion King. Gives me that kind of vibe.
Even when I was playing, I gave him that.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Some other honorable mentions. I love Bidoof. He has my heart
Bidoof.
every day. He's such a wholesome boy. I'm trying to think if there's other characters. I think that's all off the top of my head. I'm sure there's more.
Yo,
if
you're
you say
freaking
them.
the best one, man. Loudred.
Oh god,
Dude.
Loudred.
Dude.
Loudred is one of the Pokemon mystery. He's one of the guild members of all time.
Yeah,
Pour one
true.
out for
Goated.
Loudred, boys. And girls.
Pouring out for Loudred.
I have to say, I think some honorable mentions, where Cresselia in the final fight eating up every reviver seed I have and attacking an Aggron that already protected and eating
Useless.
all my reviver seeds and making us lose the battle like 18 times.
Yeah.
Bitch. I hated that. No, dude, okay, like separate
an
from
awful
story.
fight.
But yeah, like remember when you would like accept them, the missions to escort,
Oh
this
my
Pokemon
God, the
to their
escort
lover.
missions.
And they would
Oh,
just eat your
brother, this
reviver
guy
seeds.
stinks!
And you would like
Oh
land
my
in like in a
God.
monster house, or somebody would use earthquake or surf, and you're like,
Real.
you are going home and you are not reuniting with your lover ever again.
I would just, if I ever saw a monster house, I literally would just power cycle my game. I'd be like,
Yep.
all right, well, it's
Nope.
GG's.
Thanks. I mean, thankfully, once you're at the post game, I mean, you can just go by yourself. I'm Swamper. I'm going to use Surf. I am in, and I'm in the ground type. Where's Groudon? The
Magma
cows. Magma.
No.
Wait,
Hold
I
on,
thought
wait,
you
are we
said
talking
Magmar
about Explore the
Caverns.
Sky or Red Rescue Team?
Or sorry, I was talking about Red Rescue
Yeah,
Team.
no,
but,
it's like Magma Cavern or something. Hold on. I'm gonna look it up.
yeah.
Oh,
Look it up
okay.
right now. Come on, hurry. You have 4 seconds.
So, the other post game thing I wanted to say, like that's a really big highlight for me, is when you, especially in Sky, when you first
I
encounter
remembered
Shaman,
that.
you open up
It's
the little
Magma
cafe.
Cavern.
You are a gamer.
Wow.
That's sad. Because I haven't played that game in like 7 years.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Peg, but can you remember what you ate for lunch yesterday? Can you?
No,
I
yeah,
can't
no.
either.
I can't
I
remember what I had
can't.
for lunch yesterday, but I can remember Magma Cavern from a game I haven't played in 7 years.
That's right.
Goated.
Another honorable
Gamer of
mention.
the
This
year.
is not canon to all the games, but I for my stream playthrough did Fan P as my partner, and I love him
Aw.
because we named him Fan Pei.
That's
And
your
he
name.
had,
Like this little voice, and he sounds like really high and nasally, and he's just so happy all the time.
Oh, I love that.
Snotty hips.
Yeah, and he's just a little guy, and he's just a little anxious guy. He's nervous all the time. He doesn't believe
Poor
in
guy.
himself, but then he came through in the end. Anyway, I just wanted
And
to
then he
talk
got
about
the
Fan Pei.
Tears.
I had
Then you got the big bad
Tears.
guy from Scarlet and Violet. What's like the big or not fan but
Iron Treads.
Iron Treads. I almost said Iron Treads. Yeah, and the Fampi. And then Fampi was so pissed at everybody for not believing in him. He turned into Iron Treads.
Exactly. Fampi's
killed
gonna
everyone.
turn into Iron Treads and absolutely
He is,
wreck house.
Totes.
His
Totes.
his antagonist, you know.
He's
arc.
his villain arc. It's his
villain
Joker
yeah,
arc.
literally. His Joker.
Every time he sees Batman, he just runs him over.
Oh my god! He just
Finally,
runs
no fucking
Dialga
Zubats
over.
in the caves, bro. I'm okay with this. You know what? Props to him for his villain arc. You know what? Good for him.
That's
good for
so
him.
funny.
Good for him, man.
Oh, that's so
And he's no
funny.
longer nasally because he took Mucinex.
Deserved the two-stage different paradox, dude. He was going in.
I caught
So,
that game.
on
I caught
that
that. Don't worry.
Let's talk about the music, Gabe. It's Cyber Music Showcase.
La Musica.
This is probably some of the best
I'm
music in
composed.
like gaming history.
Yes.
In my opinion. So like let's break it down.
Shout out to Yami just for every time this part comes in our episodes, I just think about Yami and I'm like, Mommy Yami, I miss you. Let's talk about music again sometimes.
I'm gonna tag Yami in the description.
Literally,
I'm gonna
tag
tag him in the
Just every
episode.
description of
Tweet
every
it out.
video.
Go to this timestamp, Yami. You'll hear your name at least 5 times. But so obviously me, myself, and I.
Oh, let me turn on desktop. Okay, here we go. All right, we're good now.
So I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna share my screen. So yeah, obviously you guys feel free if you're like, oh hey, wait, play this song. I already have Temporal Tower, which is a banger. I remembered that
Sorry.
one.
Great one.
and
It's
That was
then-
excitement.
It's
Goodbye,
so
yes. I start with Thunderwave Cave. Let me go ahead and share my screen. 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. Thunderwave Cave, you're officially into the game. You know, you're after. I love Tiny Woods music, but it's a little like just goofy and.
So we should
silly
specify
sounding.
this one is from Rescue Team. This is not from Explore the Sky.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, this is from Red Rescue Team, Blue Rescue Team. Thunderwave Cave. It is just groovy. Listen here. It just instantly starts out with like that, you know, like that catchy, just groovy.
It's a banger.
It is. It's so like. It's one of those songs I just have in my head like at all times, you know, in the back of my head. Austin.
Oh my god, Thunderwave Cave narrates my life.
It's right.
Oh my god, amazing.
Anyways,
And then it gets into a
builds up.
and it kind of gets like, you know, you get the
Oh
strings
yeah,
in
the
the
little
background, bro.
synthy, the little
Yep.
synth part.
The synthy, yeah. So good.
Yeah.
Banger. Oh, I see the next tab and I don't like that.
Yes, you do.
Oh,
do you
no.
guys
I
felt
like
that PTSD.
Do you guys
This
like
is-
anxiety? Of course
Fight
you
or
do. Of
flight
course we
mode.
do.
I know.
Every
You're like,
time.
fuck.
I think it started. What did it start in? Sinister Woods, or did it start in? Or was it Magma Cavern?
I have
I
no
feel like
clue.
it's a
bro.
little later.
Oh, wait, no,
I
it
think
was
it's a little
Lapis.
later.
I think it was in Lapis. Lapis,
Oh,
or Lapis Cave.
hold
I think.
on. Yeah, maybe. Hold on. Monster
see.
houses.
Spawning.
Sorry for all the googling I'm doing.
No, you're good.
Nah,
It's
Google
funny.
it up.
My
Play
dad
the
does the
music.
same thing. He's like, oh, here we go. This is Monster House. You walk into a monster house on Mystery Dungeon, and you're like, oh my god,
I hate.
what's going on? You know, for the first time, there's a billion Pokemon.
It's
just
kind of
like that
insane,
fall into
Monster
the
House
room.
mechanic.
Yeah. And
Magma
it-
Cavern is the first.
That was the first one. I thought it was like Lapis. I'm crazy.
That's what it
Um,
seems.
Yeah, but basically a monster house is you enter a big room, just a normal room, and all of a sudden it says a monster house has appeared, and all these Pokemon fall down, and you're like, what is this? You know, what's going on? You know, or even if you're already familiar with them, there's a shit ton of Pokemon everywhere.
Yeah.
Good luck killing all of them if you are around the same level as them. So you know, it's tough.
And it's always when you forget your orbs too. You never
Yeah,
remember.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Yeah.
it's Uproar Forest. is when I
Uproar
looked it up on
Forest.
Wikipedia. Uproar Forest.
That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, not Sinister Woods. Uproar
The
Forest.
name makes so much sense now.
It does. Yeah.
Amazing.
So next song is
It's
Boss
kind of a banger though.
Boss
It is, yeah.
battle.
Boss battles. Do you like gym leader music from the Pokemon games? Well, guess what? Boss battle. Think of it as a gym leader, but in Mystery
True.
Dungeon. It's gorgeous. It's melodic. It is fun. And this is in the remake. You still have kind of that 8-bit sounding, you know, music from the
Which
or
I
16-bit,
love.
whatever it is. Yeah, I love how they kind of have that. You know, it's like a motif, I guess, in a way. You know.
Oh,
It's so
love it.
good.
It's more of a throwback, but yeah, it's fantastic. It's amazing.
It's
Oh,
yeah.
good.
So another really good song I like. We're going to tone it down a little bit. We're going to get a bit quieter, a bit more eerie. Is Mount Blaze. You know, Mount Blaze has great music, but the peak of Mount Blaze is something has like stuck with me since I originally played the games. It's like, it's pretty, it's calming, but it has, you know, it's a little eerie, you know, because it's kind of quiet and you're at the top of a volcano, so you'd think like shit would be loud, it would be energetic and like, you know, like tense, but it's kind of just like, why am I chilling out while I'm at the top of something that's very hot, you know? It's very just, you know, soothing, haunting a little bit.
Like eerie, you're like, oh, things seem too quiet.
And then I love the flute in the background at this point.
Yeah, I was about to say
in
the
the forefront.
flute's really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I like
But
never
it's
noticed the flute.
Building. It's building. I can feel it. Does it climax or does it just?
I think it does climax a little bit. Oh yeah, kind of like this right here.
Oh yeah.
Gets like into like the main.
Yeah.
You
It's
get
so
the
good.
primal, ancient feel to it.
Very.
The gongs.
Oh, the next one was the one I was gonna suggest, and I didn't
Oh.
know if you had it.
Sky Tower. Love
Yes,
Sky Tower.
Again, all of these.
I go feral for this song.
Again,
love
all
this
these songs are from Rescue Team, by the way, not from Sky. I just wanted to make that
Yep.
clear. Yeah.
We are still in Rescue Team. We will do Sky, I promise. We'll try
Oh,
to
yeah.
like make these quick.
I know, I
obviously,
just-
so
Sky
it's
is
not-
my
for the
favorite
audience.
OST of any video game ever. We will
Yeah.
get to, I'll make us get to it.
Yeah, we'll get there. Don't worry.
She'll be like Leon, like with like a knife, like in Resident. She'll like, you're gonna play that Sky music
Right
you're gonna play
now.
a good
No,
game.
literally though.
right now.
I'm gonna have like my board with all like the
Yeah.
red string like connected, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna explain
Listen.
the entire lore to you.
Mhm.
Sky Tower, you are at the end of the adventure, and Red Rescue, Blue Rescue Team, the main adventure, you know, story, whatever.
Yeah.
This is the last main dungeon, and you are home free afterwards. Sky Tower, but you are ready to risk your life. You understand there's no turning back from here. Things are going to change forever once you are done with this place. So you are climbing to the top. You are happy. You are excited, but you're scared, and you are very like, what is going to happen? You know, like fuck it, let's go. Let's see what what's gonna happen. Am I gonna die? Like, I mean, the world's gonna end regardless, right? So might as well go out with a bang, literally.
I still love the image of, because for me, like Blue Rescue Team, because like I used to watch like playthroughs of these, like I used to watch playthroughs of games while I would play it. It's like the image of Blue Rescue Team to me is a Mudkip and a Trico just facing Rayquaza, just
Yep,
facing
this
God.
little mudfish and
Little
gecko
babies.
facing this giant dragon. That's the image that Blue Rescue Team comes to mind.
You know what I always hated is when I would try to use orbs like a paralysis
Yes,
orb.
oh
or
my god,
whatever.
and then they would work.
And they
Yeah,
wouldn't
it
work.
would be
They'd be
like-
like, no, they don't work on God.
Yeah, it's like, what do you mean? And I would always forget about that. And I'm like, no!
Yeah. I would always forget every time, and it was so frustrating.
Very just, I mean, man.
It's so good.
It has
It's just so
tension
good. I
to
don't know
it,
how
but it
explain
also
how
is
much I love
like,
it.
it's very upbeat.
Yeah. You can kind of tell, I mean, you know, the sad ending of this game, you know, is going to happen. It's kind of like Halo Reach. You know, Reach is going to fall, but there's something happy about like what you're doing. You know,
Wait,
it's
does
this
this
noble
game?
effort.
I haven't finished Rescue Team. Oh, I guess I shouldn't. Never mind. I was gonna say, does it end like everybody fucking dies? Like, does it actually end like
No,
that?
it's not. But like that's kind of like what's expected because like, bro, how is a Mudkip gonna stop? You know, like a giant. You know,
okay, I see what
you
you're
know.
saying. I was
Mudkip
like,
gonna
wait.
stop God.
I was
Yeah,
like, that's
like
like
God.
that's dark. That's
Right,
really
it would
dark
be.
for a Pokemon game that you just lose.
That would be
I
fucking.
mean, do they know their fate? Like at this time, I forget. Does Gardevoir tell them before you get to Sky Tower?
Gardevoir,
I think-
yeah. Yeah.
I think the main character knows that.
Yeah.
Like, basically, like the main character is fated to disappear and like go back to the human realm. But
Mm.
the partner doesn't know that. It's nobody
Exactly.
knows that. It's just the main character.
Nobody
So
knows
it's like
that
really
until-
devastating. It is.
Yeah.
Oh,
makes
it's
me
so
cry.
sad.
It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, you visit your best friend,
you
but
get the
you
ultimate W by beating God, though.
you do.
Right.
So
Oh
like,
my
come
God.
on, skies. So let's talk. You know, speaking of fighting the god of the skies in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Red Rescue Team, still Red or Blue Rescue Team, Rayquaza or Quaza, however you want to pronounce it. Who cares? Whatever. It's the boss theme, but it is, you know, godified, of course, for this because this is the final boss. You know, it's just it is tense. It is just come here.
The
Very
little
melodic.
thrill at the beginning is my favorite.
Yes, I know. Me too. I love that so much.
Such a
Wait,
good build.
So good.
Wait, why is Mario in the right-hand corner?
Huh?
Why is he right there from what it is?
Oh,
They must have recorded it from the Nintendo channel or something.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why is Pikachu right there? Oh, wait. Wait, you're telling me
You're telling me a Pokemon's in this game?
That is sexist.
Oh God.
Anyways. Oh, I love that
Great
little-
song.
That's great. All right, what else you got for us?
So-
Lots of music in this
so-
one.
Yes. So it was funny, Austin. You suggested this right as I searched it as well. So Temporal Tower from Explorers of Sky. I think it's also the same theme from Time and Darkness.
It is.
I believe so. I
It's
don't
all
think
the
they changed
same,
the
yeah.
music too much.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But I mean, regardless, still very, very good.
One of the best.
Yes. It
So-
starts off,
Yeah. This is so we are on Explorers of Sky now, and this is the music that plays in the final boss dungeon. When you're climbing the tower to Dialga. Dialga is literally the god of time that's going to end. If you do not stop him, it's the end of the world. That's it. It's your final climb. I think it's 100 floors, isn't it? Or is it 50 floors? I don't know. It's some.
No, it's not. It's not anything crazy if I remember correctly. It's like four. It might be 40.
40.
It was a
something.
lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot more than what you had. It's like almost
Yeah,
double
for
what it
sure.
was the last dungeon that you had encountered to that point in the
Right.
game. Like it was a
It
lot
is.
of floors to go through. So
It's 44.
Yeah, it
44.
was a lot. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is a climb to the top. It is not anything easy. I'm pretty sure the last one you did was maybe 30, if that. So
Is there a peak as well, or is it just the static 40?
I believe there is a peak, if I
There's a
remember
peak.
correctly.
Okay.
There might. I don't know if music-wise.
it's kind of this part right here.
Yeah, I can't remember if. Yeah, there's Temporal Tower, and then I think there's Temporal Spire.
Spire is the peak,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, there's Temporal Tower.
And then there's like Battle with Dialga.
Yeah. Oh my God. Dialga's fight to the finish.
If you- Gabe, if
What's
you
another
look
good
up-
song?
go to the Discord and there's a music tab now. You should be able to click all the links
I
in
see.
there.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, so there is.
Yeah, drop your links in there if you think of one. You're like, oh yeah, let's
Yeah,
put that
I'm
in
trying
there.
to see if we dropped. Oh, we
Should I-
didn't drop that one. Okay, I'll drop it.
Should I do you have
Just
any
go
of
down the
these
list.
using-
Just go down the list.
I got you. Okay. Hell yeah.
You got to stop the other one.
I know. Oh, I got you.
Mhm.
Okay,
So this is the opening thing. This is the opening thing to the whole game. It's just
Opening
a
theme's
banger.
so good.
It's a banger,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna
Makes
go
you
ahead
very
and kinda
excited to play
open
the game.
others. Okay, here we go. Oh my god, you did the wiggly tough. I love that. That's awesome. So opening theme, very, just like, it's adventure
Grand
time,
adventure,
not the
yeah.
show.
Come on,
what
grab
does
your
it look like
friends
this?
and go to very distant lands.
An improvement on the original Red and Blue Rescue Team games theme for sure, but obviously still the same overall theme. Trumpets. What is this, Generation 3? Give me more trumpets.
I know,
damn
right?
it. Delicious. I
So
love it.
real.
Great
Hey, look at
game.
this Leon
Great
saying dumb
opening.
shit
It makes you
compilation
very
right here.
excited to play it.
Oh my God.
That's
Not Leon
amazing.
Dings saying dumb shit. I love it. Sorry, I'm dropping links, so I'm not actually
good.
looking at
Keep
the call
them,
right
no,
now.
keep
No,
them
you're good,
dropping.
you're
You're
good.
good.
Okay,
Where are we
I
dropping,
have
boys?
my song. I have my piece in.
Welcome. So this is the music that plays. It's very relaxing, very calm while you're picking your person, like you're picking out, or you're doing
Oh,
the
yeah.
BuzzFeed quiz to become, who you
BuzzFeed.
are. Yeah.
BuzzFeed quiz.
So let's see. It's very
Nostalgic.
dreamy,
They also have a lot. This plays a lot whenever you have like visions and stuff. It's a very It's
Yep.
very like
Gardevoir.
anytime there's like a
Yeah.
dream sequence.
It was in all the Gardevoir dreams, yeah?
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's like
What's the word I'm looking for? I mean, okay, that's definitely a sound from Minish Cap. That, but that's like a very similar
interesting.
sounding.
Didn't know that.
Love that. I mean, it's obviously not like ripped from the game, but like they use that same.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, no, it's it's very like, it just sounds like a dream, and it's wonderful and amazing the whole time.
We are in a
Oh, good.
dreamscape, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So
true.
great song. Oh, like I said, we Austin put Wigglytuff's Guild in here earlier, so we
Yeah.
gotta check
Such
that
a
out.
good
Yeah, baby.
one. It's so cutie.
Bum, 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 bum.
I feel like we're like
We're like boot camp. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, boot camp, like British, like soldiers march.
Soldiers
like marching like with their drums.
We're
or
boys
whatever.
in training. We're gonna beat up. We're gonna take on the world, baby. Wind at our backs.
Cute.
Yeah. Before we learn about the horrors of the world.
That's right. Mudskip is gonna kill Dialga, apparently.
Yeah.
Before I learned that a weird ghost is out to literally murder me.
Yeah.
And
Right.
eviscerate me from existence.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. All right. What is pay dropped in here? Let's see.
Oh, I dropped a good couple.
I'm ready.
Dude,
Yeah.
wait, is Amp Plains just like one of the?
It's just one of the dungeons that you go through.
Oh, it's not. Okay, I was
Yeah,
gonna
it's one
say
of the dungeons.
some of like the places, like like where you you remember like when you recruit a Pokemon and it goes like into like its home place or whatever, you have to like
Yeah.
buy from. Those places have really good music too, and I cannot remember
Yes!
what
Oh
any
my
of
god,
those
some of
They
the
are.
friend
do.
areas are
Yeah.
so
Friend
good.
areas, yes, friend
it's
areas.
very
That's
good.
what. Yeah.
Some of the friend areas have such good themes. I love them so much.
Mhm.
All right, Ant Plains.
Yeah.
So,
So
this is such a like visceral one in my memory for me because of the boss battle. Because the boss battle in Explorers of Sky, I can't remember whether it's Manectric and Electrike or whether it's Jinx
yes,
and
it-
Luxray.
No, it's
It's
I think it's
reminiscent of
Manectric and
Thunderwave
Sky.
Cave.
It's-
It's very
it's-
I think
reminiscent
it's-
in
of
Sky
Thunderwave.
it's
Yeah.
Manectric, and the other ones it's Luxray.
Yeah. I was gonna say
It is Manectric
But,
though. I do remember that.
And I just love this dungeon. It's so funky.
It's one of the most like it's the first. In my opinion, it's the first time you have like difficult dungeon.
Yes, it's one of the first like really truly difficult
Yeah.
ones that like screws you over, you know. And it's so good. It's just
Very groovy. Like I
Very
said,
good.
reminiscent of Thunderwave Cave.
Yeah.
I mean, you get an electric vibe from this kind of because of like that weird. What's that
Yeah.
instrument? Like,
yeah.
The
it's
synthesizer.
very-
or is that a synthesizer? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Gabe,
it's like
I
something
don't-
about like the synthiness of it almost feels like
Yeah,
electric. It almost feels like
exactly.
neon.
I don't mean to rush you, but let's just try and run through these, and then because
Okay.
we are at
Oh,
about
no,
an hour. We
absolutely.
are about an hour. We're a little over an hour at this point. So
I gotcha. All right, Dark
Yeah.
Hill. I remember this. I remember
This
this.
is my
that's a
favorite
good one.
theme.
That's
Dark
a
Hill.
great
I remember
one.
this one.
This is
This
my
is-
favorite dungeon theme from
This is
entire
when
game.
you're running from Duskmoor, right? In the Dark World, right? Or no, when is Dark? Oh no, this is Darkrai.
Yeah,
am I
no, this
stupid?
is Dark Hill and Dusk Forest, which are two of the ones I dropped. Those are both in the future, and these are, or I think Dusk Forest might be my favorite. But
Yeah,
these
that's
are
what I'm
the
saying.
two of my
It's
favorites.
this is when you're
You're
running away
You're
from.
on the run from Duskmoor.
Yeah, okay, I was
You're
right
on the run
first
from
time. Cool,
Duskmoor.
cool. I was on the right.
This
I
is
was-
like when you first teamed up with Grovyle.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. Okay, I was like, I thought this is when you were running from him. Yeah, this is a very
No, you're
like,
so
oh,
good, yeah.
we're trying to get away, and all the
I
ghost
remember
type
too much about this
Pokemon,
game.
and- Yeah.
Is the problem. Don't worry about it.
I remember this part that with that.
Yes, that's the iconic part.
Here we go.
It's so good.
Amazing. So
Evil.
good.
I
It's
love
very
it.
evil sounding.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
It's like, oh shit, the bad guy. We're in the
because,
bad guy
like,
zone.
Fuse, you haven't been here yet. So basically, you've been taken to the future, and you figure out Dusknoir is the bad guy. And so basically, you found out
Yeah.
the future is in complete paralysis. Time is stopped,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
it's,
that's
so
right.
you're on the
yeah.
run from Dusknoir. It's like a whole thing.
Mm-hmm. And the whole time, Dusknoir
Yeah,
was
we can.
telling
If
you.
we need to save time, we can skip Brine Cave because I do
Yes.
like Brine Cave.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we'll do Dusk Forest. Ooh. This sounds like a Wind Waker kind of song, you know? A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit of a Wind Waker.
It has the foresty
I
vibe to it.
love
It, has,
this
it
one.
sounds like something you hear in the Korok
Yeah, like Korok. Yeah,
That's
kinda
why
like,
I love it.
or
yeah,
the Lost
it reminds
Forest.
me of
Yeah.
Zelda.
Makar's in trouble, you know? Oh my god, we gotta go get Makar or whatever. You're like a.
This it gives
love
me
it so
it gives me imagine like Skull Kid stealing Makar and you have to go save him. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, it's
Yeah,
pretty.
I believe
it's
this
cute.
is when you meet Celebi. This is when you meet Celebi, if I remember correctly. This is the dungeon
Ah, okay.
afterwards.
Cool.
It's like you meet her, and she's just like this giggly little thing, and she's like, hee hee, yeah, I control time. And you're
I
like,
love
all right,
Celebi.
cool. And she's like also in love with Grovyle, and you're
Yeah.
like,
The whole world's just fucked.
Our
real.
cute little grass type babies are just loving each other.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a fun.
That's so
that's
good.
it's a cute,
Now I'll go
fun
fight
song.
to the finish. This is the final boss theme.
The
or
best
the post
song
game.
in the
Or
game.
the
this.
pre-game.
I
or the
remember
regular
this
games.
song, yeah.
This is the best song in the game
It's a great one.
objectively, and if
It's
you
a great one.
disagree, you're gonna have to take it up with me.
It's fantastic.
I love this song.
The
All right,
Wigglytuff
let's have a
Guild
listen.
theme.
Actually, Temporal Tower.
Type in the comments right now what your favorite song is.
Yeah.
Also,
No, as much
like
as I
the
joke about
video.
fighting you, I am actually very curious to hear.
Yeah,
from
like the
you guys,
video. We need
because
lots of likes,
There's
please.
so many good ones.
So good. This one's so good.
It cuts deep into your soul. You're just like,
It's one of those songs I imagine with when your Pokemon survives on 1 HP and you're about
Yeah.
to do the Uno reverse.
yes.
Into the wind.
Which is
This
this
is the-
entire battle.
The indomitable
You getting
human
roar
spirit
of time.
battle. You're the anime pro tag making a comeback on a brink of his life.
Yes!
Yes. Oh, it feels so good.
Oh my god, amazing.
Kind of like what they do at the end, like the final Pokemon in what is it, Black 1 and 2 Black and White 1 and 2.
Yeah.
When you're on the final Pokemon of the gym leader.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I can't. You get like little happy sneaks. I'm like, I love this
Go to the
song.
most played part. I want to hear the peak of this.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
So good. That's so good. And this comes out of a Nintendo 3 or Nintendo DS, just a regular one. Like, come on. How the fuck do they do that?
No,
crazy.
literally, it's so good.
How they come up with the
God.
best OST in video game history on a DS. It's amazing.
No, literally, it's insane.
Insane. All right. Is that the
Insane.
last one, or is there more?
That was the last song that I put in there.
All right.
Yeah, that's the last
Well,
one I got in there.
Thank you so much, Gabe, for that music showcase. That's probably one of the best ones yet, obviously.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yes.
100%.
Always,
Actually, well,
as
no,
always.
Gen 7. Don't forget Gen 7. I'm kidding.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
my bad. We do need to go
I was gonna
back
say,
and
I
do.
was like, I
There's
don't know
we
if I
missed
can
a
name
couple
the
of
Gen
music.
7 theme.
Wait, Gen 7, you had no idea about the music. It was
I know,
so
that's
awkward.
We didn't.
Yes.
We didn't we didn't do a music showcase for like the first 3 episodes or 4 episodes because we just kind of talked about it, and then we were like, wait, what if we play the music and talk about it?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we do now. Anyways. That concludes our discussion on the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series, Explorers of Sky. I want everybody to we're going to rate it 1 out of 10, and then we're going to talk about some games we've been playing recently that aren't these games. So I'll start us off. I think the Mystery Dungeon series as a whole is a fantastic franchise that you guys should dip your toes into, even if it's just one of the games. But as you should do, why are we holding up Bulbasaur? I don't have mine with me. He's on the shelf.
I don't have a plushie, but I have
Wait.
this little sleepy guy.
Hey, that's enough. Not the
Hey, yo,
WB-40 game.
the
No.
same one.
I know we do. I know when I
right.
tweeted about it and you replied with
And then
yours.
I got the older brother.
You're so kind.
Cute.
I also have my Mew.
So cute. So I would out of 10 rating Explorers of Sky. It's like a 9.5.
Yeah.
Like it is the only gripe I have with it is it has some grindy bits, but I mean even then it's still just such a good it's so solid. It's always fun to play. You run through it, and even the grindy bits really just don't stop me from wanting to keep pushing through it and figure out what's happening in the story and figure out what's going on in the game.
Sounds like
yeah,
you grind
I'm
down
not-
harder.
Yeah, it's one of the best Pokemon experiences out there in general. So yeah. Anyways, but that's me. Pei, what do you think? What do you give it?
All
What
right.
do you rate it?
I think for Explorers of Sky, it's just it's so hard not to rate it a 10 out of 10, but I think I'm gonna go with a 9.9 out of 10, which is still basically the same score. The 0.1 is the RNG. I've had so
Yeah.
many moments where the RNG is just so annoying. But other than that, I just obviously I'm extremely biased. This was a huge game for me as a child. It just means a lot to me. I've cried a lot when I replayed it. It means a lot to me. But just even gameplay wise, even
Yeah.
objectively, it's just such a good game and has such a good soundtrack. The characters you grow so attached to or you genuinely despise, the hatred I had for Dust Noir as a kid was unmatched.
Yep.
And then but Grovyle, just my love for him, and just so yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with a 9.9 out of 10. Just the 0.1 for the RNG, because
Right.
No, that's
RNGe's
very
us,
valid, and
please!
it makes me
I'm
so
happy
mad,
with that
bro.
rating.
I got so I stepped on an explosive trap, and then I moved to go I moved to go around
Oh, I
it, and then I
hate
hit
those.
another, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Nah.
That's part of the fun.
It is fun. Shut up.
so fun.
Anyway,
Shut up.
Oh.
Just want to yell at everything. Damn it. Yeah, I didn't like the
Use.
It's hard for me to give it a full honest rating since I only got to chapter 6 where I dropped.
He gives it a 6 out of 10.
Okay, if I take away the parts that I raged at, which is me getting killed by a Badoo because I'm retarded out and I couldn't figure out how to do the level. Storyline, music and stuff, I was very interested in. I mean, I played it even after the week I promised I was going to play it. Music alone, it gives me a fresh feel compared to the mainstream Pokemon games. I'd at least give it a 9 out of 10. I think it's definitely a good experience, especially if you're just honest with the personality quiz at the start, like just answer like you would as yourself. You'll be surprised at what you get, because I wasn't expecting this little guy, but I love him. He's there.
Exactly.
So,
yeah,
give it a 9 out of 10.
Nice. Gabe, finish us off.
I love Mimikyu. Mimikyu is so cute.
He is cute.
So Red Rescue Team, Blue Rescue Team, I would say solid 8.5. A little too grindy. I like, it's funny that like having to use the Wonder Mail generator made it way better. I think the remake 9.5. I still have yet to play the post game on the remake for it. I kind of like did the main, but it's so fucking, they're just great. Explorers of Time and Darkness. It has been honestly since I was probably 15 or 16, so about a decade or so since I played those games. But I remember.
That's crazy.
I know, dude. It is very crazy to say. I mean, maybe even prior to 15, 16, but I loved those games. I think they improved upon the OGs from what I remember a bit better. Obviously Sky being the emerald or the platinum of the two. So I trust you guys when you say that is the best, that is the true way to play it. But obviously I never did play it. But I like Time and Darkness. I thought they were amazing. They improved upon the originals, and the music. Give me that schmusic. Give me more schmusic, please. Delicious.
Chef's kiss.
Oh, mwah. Yes, absolutely. Great entries if you're looking for a good spin-off Pokemon game for anybody. Absolutely.
Agreed. Well, thank you. And that concludes our discussion on Pokemon, the first spin-off game that we've been talking about, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, and specifically Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky. Hooray, we made it, guys. We did it.
We did it.
So, quick lightning round. Quick lightning round. Talk about the games that we're playing that aren't Pokemon. Well, they can be Pokemon, just not this Pokemon game. And then we call it there, boys and girls and gals and guys. So for me, I'll just start it. I've been playing. I was on the plane. I was in Florida this past week, and on the plane there, on the plane back,
had to let that out. Sorry.
It do be the armpit of America.
Yes.
So when I was there, I was actually speedrunning Mario 64 on the emulated version on the Switch, and actually I got like a 23 or 23 something.
Gamer.
So on a plane, was taking off and shaking. I thought I was doing pretty damn good.
Yeah, that's good for all that.
My PB being like a 2040 something. So yeah. Some other things I've been playing. I was playing oh my god, what else was I playing? Again, I've been away, so it's been hard. I was playing I was replaying BDSP actually. I was just kind of I forgot I didn't beat the E4 in one of my copies of BDSP, so I just kind of redid that. Beat Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, and I beat Cynthia. I was like, oh, this is fun. This is good.
Kill her.
Yeah. Otherwise, I didn't play a lot of games this week, just from the nature of like what I was doing in my IRL life. I will say though, not a video game suggestion, but just more as a TV show. I've been watching BoJack Horseman with a friend, and we've been having a good time. I've been rewatching it, and it's great. It's just a great show. Watch it if you're sad. Watch it if you're not sad. Good time. Anyways, we'll end with pay. So, Gabe, tell us what you're doing.
So just beat Resident Evil 4's remake, and I've already jumped into my new game Plus, and it is so fun. Great game.
Leon. Kennedy! Can we get a round of applause for Leon Kennedy?
I'm so straight, but like honestly, Leon is daddy, so like please, Leon, let me kiss you, please. Literally, bro, listen. His voice actor, I saw him doing a video on Twitter today of like doing the OG Leon from the original in 2005, and he was like, bro, his name's Matt Mercier,
Matt Mercer?
It's not Matt Mercer. It's like, or no, it's something Mercier. It's like I think it's a French last name.
It is not Matt Mercer.
It is very.
I was like, Matt. It's not Matt. I would know if it's Matt Mercer.
Matt Mercer
I was like, I feel like I would know if it was Matt Mercer.
Matt Mercer plays Leon
Right?
in, I think, Resident Evil 6 or like in one like a show or something like that. I want to say, but regardless, great game, great. You know, it does take a little bit away from the originals, but what it takes away, it gives back in full fucking force. In like how much it provides for us. It is so much replayability. I spent $2 on the game to get a cool like lever action shotgun, bro. It's like, it's that cool kind of Wild West. Like, I'm not even a big fan of old weapons. I like new M4A, you know, A1, blah, 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 all that stuff. But I got this lever action shotgun. It is so fun to shoot zombies' heads and, you know, arms off. So fun. And then on the side, I've been playing this game called Zombie Estate 2. It is a $5, really fun, just pixelated, like just, you know, you ever play like Call of Duty, like Nazi zombies or whatever? That's the, or Black Ops Zombies, whatever it's called, from Call of Duty. You know, it's like that, but pixelated, you know, just, there, I think it is limited amount of waves. You can do normal, hard, and then like unlimited waves, I think, but very fun game. You have all these different characters and weapons to choose from, and the characters are just, you know, they have their own unique weapon about them. You upgrade stuff, you know, you fight bunches of different zombies. So fun. I've been playing with my buddy Joe. Love that game. It is so fun. I recommend it for anybody who just likes to, like, you know, head empty, no brain kind of play games, you know, whatever. But yeah, very fun.
Yeah, especially in like a multiplayer setting.
Yes.
It's fun to just have like a game where you just play and shoot the shit.
Yes, and co-op. And, yeah.
Use. Give it to us, big man.
So I've been doing a new Pokemon challenge. It's a Pokemon Platinum Extreme Randomizer as a Nuzlocke challenge. So every time my Pokemon level up, boom, they evolve into something else. And then they also have random types and abilities. So like, I don't know what I'm fighting or what I get when something gets experienced.
What the hell?
And, yeah.
That's crazy.
And my mod Dave gave me a set of rules to follow. So I can only have 6 Pokemon, but the kicker is Veil and Faint, like a Nuzlocke, you can't use it. But if you beat a gym battle, like the gym winner to get a badge, all the Pokemon that were fainting, they give them back and they're revived. So yay, that's awesome. But
That's a cool rule set.
if I do lose, though, I have to ask one of my streamer friends to give me a dare to do for TikTok.
I can't wait for that. That's gonna be fun to do.
It could be fun depending on who I ask. So I'm scared. I have not lost yet. So I'm okay so far, but I'm terrified. Besides that, I actually started a variety on my channel, actually this Saturday. I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I had a lot of fun with my community. I was able to play and have duels with them. We opened up packs online. Everyone had a blast. I had a lot of like interaction with my community for a bit ever since we like had a bad experience with Among Us. I've been like stepping away from that, but like playing with this, we had a lot more fun. And I'm doing when Mega Man comes out this Friday, I'm gonna do Fridays. I'm gonna do the Mega Man Valor collection, so I'm gonna be doing that on my channel as well.
Nice.
So I'm super excited.
Yeah, that's very exciting. Awesome. All right, Pay, give it to us.
It's my turn. So I feel like this is no shock to most people that know me. I've been playing a lot of Legends Arceus lately. I've been doing my shiny living decks.
What?
I know, crazy.
That's crazy.
Oh my god. I've also,
Do you like Pokemon?
I don't actually.
I don't either.
I'm
I
a
think
Zelda
it's
girly.
for babies.
I am
It's a
actually
baby.
a Zelda girly, that's true. But
Me
I'm
too.
so
Yeah,
excited
me
for
too.
Tears of the Kingdom. Oh my god, shut up.
Same.
It's coming out like the
I'm
week
like,
after I graduate, and I'm so excited.
He's graduating. You'll have so much time to play it. You'll have so much free time.
Yeah, I'm
Remember,
gonna.
we should probably start that thing tomorrow. Also.
Yeah, I'll put out a promo and stuff.
Okay.
And
If
then
you need like a setup template, let me know, and then I'll help. I'll give you the website down. We can pick a winner once it's close to
Yeah.
time.
All y'all listeners out there, Pay farted, and it's really embarrassing.
It's
we have
true,
to.
I'm
She's gonna
sorry.
pay for
It's
Tears of the
You didn't
Kingdom.
have to add her like
I
that.
know.
It's
It's kind of rude.
She's buying
honestly.
everybody Tears of the Kingdom.
I'm sorry. I'm
happening.
orange. I'm very orange today. I didn't mean to say it. But,
You are very orange.
He is a little.
Vitamin
he is a little
C.
orange.
It is me.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm super red today.
Oh, dude, do I need to get some like aloe vera for you, bro, man?
That'd be great. Honestly, I'm
just
feeling a
wait.
little blue on the inside. and the outside.
Are you not getting enough oxygen in your blood, Fuse? Are you feeling a little blue purple right now?
You want to exchange oxygen?
Whoa!
I'm an airbender.
What?
Eng?
I'm a 0 to
So-
100 lad.
What is going on right
Anything
now?
else
I
other
don't
than
know.
Arceus?
All right, and then
She
what
doesn't
else? What else have I played recently?
What are you
So,
playing, Pay?
I don't
Let's
know
see.
what have you played.
I played. This was like a little bit back, but I want to play Portal 2 because I played Portal a while back and I really enjoyed that.
Portal 2 is
then-
it's way better than Portal 2 is better than
I've
Portal
heard.
1.
Yeah.
Like, by
And
a
then-
That's what I've
lot.
heard,
So,
too.
I mean, Portal 1's great. Don't get me wrong. It's just if you enjoyed that, it's like stupid
Yeah.
better. Anyways,
Then
yeah.
last but not least, I actually beat my first Nuzlocke recently. I beat Pokemon Platinum. Mind you, I did it with like the core set of rules. I didn't do hardcore or anything. But for my first one, I
Yeah.
think that's okay. And I did a pretty
Yes.
challenging
That's
game with
great.
it. And I beat the E4 Death List.
Congratulations.
So-
Yeah, there you go. Boom.
Congratulations.
So yeah, mind you, I had a
Yeah.
Gyarados,
Yeah.
so it was
Yeah.
kind of it was a
Yeah.
lot
Yeah.
freer than it probably should have been. But
What did you play? Or which one did you do?
Gyarados.
I did regular
Pokemon
platinum.
Platinum?
No, I am doing a soul link
regular
with
Platinum?
sheep though,
See,
and we're doing red
that's-
flat, so that'll be fun.
That's the funny thing,
Oh my
Fuse, is
God.
I have done back before any of you guys knew me, I did a platinum Nuzlocke. It's just lost to the sands of time with like my Mario 64 series and stuff that I did like before I like really grinded the content. So yeah, anyways. Cool. Well, thank you everybody so much for watching the Boost View podcast. Pay, where can they find you on the internet?
They can find me. Basically, my name is PMachism everywhere. So twitch.tv/PMachism, Twitter. I'm on Instagram and TikTok as well, and you can find me there.
Hell yeah. And of course, you can find the rest of us lovely, lovely boys, twitch.tv/Vlam. I was doing some IRL streaming this past week, but we're going to go back to some more video games. And we might do some more IRL streaming when I'm out in Seattle, not next week, but the week after. So twitch.tv/Excellion96, twitch.tv/short2fuse. Boys, you got any last nickels for us?
Bite ups
Spot up sucks.
No.
is what
All right,
the
well,
wrong
remember-
person would say.
Everybody,
Wrong.
remember to like, comment, subscribe. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Music, rate the podcast, leave us a review, give it a 5 out of 5 if you enjoy it. Yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. And next time we'll see you guys, we're going to be talking about the GameCube Pokemon games, Pokemon Gale of Darkness and Pokemon Coliseum. So, yeah, get ready for that. That's going to be fun. Thank you everybody so much for watching and listening, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye. I love you. Spinox
Bye,
loves you
everybody.
too. He loves you so
No,
much.
he doesn't.
On opposite day. On opposite day. On opposite day. On opposite day.